Shares in payments firm Block surged 24% in extended trade after the company announced plans to lay off almost half its workforce. CEO Jack Dorsey pointed to AI, saying intelligence tools have, quote, changed what it means to build and run a company. Changed what it means to build and run a company, okay? And that within a year, most other companies will reach the same conclusion. Think about it. Anyway, let's have a quick look at software stocks and where they're trading. Pre-open. Well, anyway, this is the block. Oh, okay. What have we got? We've got block anyway. Let's get to Arj on this one.
Three things I want to say about this one, Steve. It's hard to know how much of this is AI washing, I guess, to some extent. There was a really interesting debate happening online, which Jack Dorsey's responded to. There was someone who noted that Jack Dorsey and Block had hired extraordinarily during the period between 2019 and 2022 during COVID, and suggesting that actually some of this was overhiring and layoffs to do with that, you know, attributing to this to AI. And this has been a big debate. Jack Dorsey responded saying, yes, we did overhire literally in the last couple of hours, but we made corrections in mid-2024. So there's that part of the equation. The other interesting thing is, I wonder what tasks right now that Block is automating internally. Obviously a big payments company, there's a lot that could be automated with AI. And I think thirdly, to the broader point about AI and job losses, the arguments often, there'll be new jobs, and Steve, you were talking about this, there'll be new jobs, and proponents of the technology say it's okay, those people will retrain, reskill, get into new jobs, and we've seen this in previous industrial revolutions. My response to that is always, we've never had a technology this powerful before. We've never had a technology that we're suggesting could reach human level intelligence. And so that brings a different kind of equation. Or exceed human level intelligence, which then throws up the question, how can we compare this to previous industrial revolutions as well?
Why don't we expand this conversation? Our next guest says markets are starting to distinguish between companies that are merely managing the pace of AI adoption and those that are setting the direction. Louisa Lauren is author of Leadership Anatomy in Motion and joins us out of Copenhagen. Louisa, lovely to see you. What a timely guest you are as well. Well, for a start, congratulations on the book, Leadership Anatomy in Motion. Can I just get you to weigh in on the conversation that I, Arj and Karen, Ben, others are having today about if Jack Dorsey is right and if Block is cutting 40–50% of its jobs because of AI and he expects the rest of industry to do the same, the prospects are quite terrifying, aren't they, Louisa?
Well, very happy to indeed. And I think this is a great example, but it is, of course, just one example. I think there's a much broader piece. I think what we are seeing is something that we can lean on previous industrial revolutionary changes as well. In all of these, we have seen an innovation, we have seen a build out of infrastructure, and we have seen integration. And I think what's going on right now is that the market is funding infrastructure at current time, that land grab to make sure that you have the presence. Most corporate businesses are talking about this as if it is an innovation, something they're proud to say in their announcements, but not necessarily integrating it. But what we need, and what Jack is talking about, is when it becomes integrated into the business. Reality is most business are not there yet, and there is a huge shift in their minds required to understand the full potential of AI. And I think that's why the market looks a little bit blurry at current time.
And I'll just ask one more before my more intelligent colleagues come in. Yuval Noah Harari, in the most excellent book, Homo Deus, rather than Homo sapiens, he said we could have a global useless class, billions of people who are not just unemployed, but unemployable due to lack of economic or military value. Louisa, there is a scenario which could be very real.
Absolutely, there is. And I think that's where right now there is a huge opportunity to change that trajectory. But at current time, it is correct that let's say, the watching memo of seeing these stocks and markets take that position and not leaning in with the knowledge capabilities in many industries would lead to that scenario. Fortunately, we do have a few examples, let's say JP Morgan saying we're actually going to convert our knowledge to an AI model, and there we're going to deploy that later in the market. We see pharma industries very clearly separating out what do we need to build into our science units as to protect that knowledge, and other parts of the business we can use different models. So I think what's going on right now and how I work with my partners and clients is really making sure that the core proposition is well known, well nurtured, and well protected in a way that it fits into an AI-enabled world. All the businesses that do not do that, they are very much making themselves a result of a market that they are not steering themselves.